Very good morning, student. This is the lecture of object-oriented programming using C++, and we have started our first chapter, that is Principles of Object-Oriented Programming. This is our sixth lecture, and in the last lecture we have completed some points of the fourth subpoint, that is what is token, keyword, variable, how to declare variable and how to initialize variable. Now we will start from definition of constants. What are the constants? Which are the different types of constant? Basic data types means which are the data types used in a C++. So let's start with the constant. Before that, the outcome of this session is, after completion of this session, you can explain or define the definition of constant. You can write the types of different constant. Also, you explain the what is mean by data types. You can classify the different data types, etc. Okay. So start with the constants. So before that, what is variable? Variable is the entity whose value can change during the program execution. Okay. The name suggests itself, that is variable means it may vary its value. But now, what is constant? Constants refers to fixed values that the program may not alter. Means constants has a fixed value that not going to change throughout the program. Okay. Constants can be of any of the basic data type and can be divided into integer numerals, floating point numerals, characters, strings and boolean values. So constants in C++ refers to fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. Constants are also called as literals. Now we will see various types of constant. So first, constant in C++ is divided into broadly two types. First one is a numeric constants and another is non-numeric constants. Again, constants are treated just like regular variables except that their values cannot be modified after their definition. Means constants are same as a variable, but value of variable will be changed during the program execution, but the constant value doesn't change. Now, constant is divided into two types, that is numerical constant and non-numerical constant. And again, that numerical constant divided into two types, that is integer constant and real constant. And non-numerical constants are divided into two types, that is character constants and string constant. Let me start with the first, integer constant. Okay. As we have studied into the C language, that is what is integer means. Integer are the decimal numbers. It cannot contain any decimal point. Means integers are the whole numbers. So integer constants refers to integer valued numbers. Okay. They can be represented by three different number systems like decimal, octal or hexadecimal constant. The decimal constants having base 10, octal constant having base 8 and hexadecimal constant having base 16. The octal constant are preceded by a 0. Means suppose if we want to write octal constant, then we have to write 0 at the first digit. and hexadecimal constant are preceded by, that is 0x. Okay, this is the integer constant. Next is a floating point constant. A floating point literal or constant has an integer part, a decimal point, a fractional part and an exponent part. So we can represent floating point constant either in decimal form or exponential form. Here 3 is the integer part, dot is a decimal point, that 14, 15, 9 is the fractional part. This same digit is represented in the form of exponent part, that is a 314159. E is a exponential and 5l. So this is the floating point constant. These are the two numeric type of constant. The constant in C++ are divided into numeric constant, and that numeric constant again divided into integer constant and floating point constant. Integer means what? Integer numbers doesn't has any decimal point, or integer numbers are the whole numbers. That integer constant can be a decimal number or octal number or hexadecimal constant. Here decimal means this 85 having base 10. The octal is represented by using 0 at the first digit, and hexadecimal represented by using 0x. Next, floating point constant means the number or constant that has decimal point is known as the floating point or real numbers. Okay, it has the different parts, that is integer part, decimal point, fractional part and exponent part. These are the two numeric constant. Next, Boolean constant. There are two Boolean constant and they are part of a standard C++ keyword. A value of true representing true and a value of false representing false. We should not consider the value of true equal to 1 and value of false equal to 0. Means what that Boolean constant mean? Suppose if you want to design any program for on and off, means suppose if you want to check the status of fan, either fan is on or off. So there are no third answer for this question. Okay, means is fan is running, yes or no? There is no any third answer. So that type of question we have to write only two answers, like that is true and false. And for this type of problems we have to use the Boolean constant, and there are two Boolean constant, that is true and false. Means light is off or light is on, that is true or false. Next constant is a character constant. In that, character constants are enclosed in a single quote. Means if you want to declare character constant and if you want to assign value to the character constant, we have to write a single character enclosed by the single quote. Okay, here A is a alphabet which is enclosed by using the single quote, so it is a character. Again 5 is a digit which is also enclosed by using the single quote, so it is also character. And here at the rate, it is also a special symbol and enclosed in the single quote. So these are the example of character constants. Next is a string constant. A string constant is a collection of characters enclosed in double quotation mark, that is a double quotation mark, and it is a what? It is a collection of characters. Mean here see the example OOP. This string has the 3 letters and it is enclosed by using the double quotation mark. Again SY2B, here 2 is a digit which is combined with the another alphabet. but it is enclosed within the double quote, so it is also a string. Now last example is a 1 2 3 1 4, that is also all are the digit but all are the character, and which is enclosed in a double quotation mark, so it is also a string constant. Suppose here I write A in the double quotation mark, so it is also a string because it is enclosed in the double quotation mark. See here, A is a single character. Okay, it is not a collection of character, but it is enclosed in the double quotation mark, so it is a string constant. Again see previous character constant. Suppose here I write single quotation mark ABC, here this is not a character constant because though it is enclosed in the single quotation mark, but in a character constant there must be a single character, but here there are three characters A, B and C, so it is not a character constant, so it is a invalid. Okay, now we will see how to define constants. So there are two simple ways in C++ to define constant. First, using hash define preprocessor. Before that we already seen the hash include preprocessor. Here is the hash define preprocessor, and second is using constant keyword. So first we will see by using the hash define preprocessor. To define a constant, following is the form to use hash define preprocessor. That is hash define, it is a preprocessor. Now identifier means name of the constant, and now value. So here we will see the example. Suppose hash define, suppose we will take max as a variable name, that is identifier, that is constant name, max is a constant name and given the value 100. Now this is the defining the constant. Here 100 value is stored into the max constant. Now whenever we use the max constant in our program, their value will be 100 because it is a constant. The value of max is not going to change throughout the program. Okay. Second, the constant keyword. We can use constant prefix to declare constant with a specific type as follows, like constant type variable equal to value. Now here I will show you the example. First we have to write the keyword, that is constant. Now type, that is a data type. Suppose integer, variable name, that is a constant name, num equal to 10, semicolon. Now here num is the integer constant having value 10. See here, by using the hash define preprocessor, there is no need to use assignment operator, that is equal to sign to assign 100 value to the max, but in the constant keyword type we have to use the assignment operator to store 10 value into the num integer. Okay, this is the defining constant by using two types. First one is by using the preprocessor and another is by using the keyword, constant keyword. Now we will start the next point, that is the basic data types in C++, which is very important part in the C++. You already know about the data types present in a C++. The data types present in C++ and C both are the same. It includes different types of data type. Before that, what is data type mean? A data type determines the type and the operation that can be performed on the data. So data type, it defines the set or collection of values and the set of operations that operate on those values. In short, the word data type is analyzed as follows, like data type means permitted data values plus operation. Suppose if we want to store data or if we want to input the data from the user in our program, first we have to define the type of that data. Suppose take one example, that suppose I want to get information from the user, that is username. Okay, so username, what will be the username? It means it may be a Mr. XYZ, Mr. ABC, means the name of user is in the alphabet. Okay, it is a collection of alphabet. So for that purpose we have to declare variable having data type string. Suppose I want to take input, that is age of user, then for that purpose we required what? The integer type of data, that is integer age, because age in the form of numbers, not in a letters. Okay, so there are different data types present in a C++ which are used to declare variable having different operation. So C++ data types, it is mainly divided into built-in types, user defined types and derived types. First, here built-in types. These built-in types, that is built-in data types, are again divided into integral type, void type and floating point type. That integral type again divided into integer and character. Floating point is again divided into float and double. So see here, these all data types we already know, that is integer, character, void, float and double, which we have already used in the C language. That is a built-in types. Built-in types means the meaning of these data types are already explained to the compiler. So these are the inbuilt data types. We cannot make any changes in that data types. The next is a user defined data types. Which are those? User defined data types: structure, union, class and enumeration, that is enum. And which are the derived data types? Array, function, pointer and reference. These are the derived data types. See this diagram carefully. Here I will explain again. C++ data types are divided into three main broad categories, that is user defined data types, built-in data types and derived data types. That built-in data types are again divided into integral type, void type and floating point type. That integral type again divided into integer and character, again void. Floating point data type is again divided into two types, that is float and double. Floating, okay, integer means the whole numbers, it doesn't have any decimal point. Floating point means it is a real numbers having decimal point. Next, user defined types, which are those structure, union, class and enum, enumeration. Derived data types are array, function and pointer. These are the basic data types in C++. If you get this question at the MSBT exam, the question will be, what is data types in C++ or explain different types of data type in C++. If you have this question, then you can give answer like there are three main categories of data types, that is built-in types, user defined and derived data types. Again you can draw this diagram for this question and explain one by one data type for this question. So first we will see the built-in types. Built-in data types are atomic data type which is not composed of other data type. So C++ compiler support all the built-in, that is also called as a basic or fundamental data types, and the C++ basic data types are integer, float, character, double and boolean. Now we will see one table which contain the built-in type, that is a fundamental or basic data types. See here, these are the different basic data types and this is the size of that data type and this is the range of that data type. This is, now we are going to use, that is a character data type, unsigned character, signed character, integer, unsigned integer, signed integer, short integer, unsigned short integer, signed short integer, long integer, signed long integer, unsigned long integer, long integer, unsigned long integer, float, double, long double and wcat. Now see here, character data type has 1 byte size and this is the range for character. Again for the integer we required 4 bytes and this is the range of that data type. Here unsigned integer, it also has the 4 byte of size and this is the range for the unsigned integer. Again we are going to use the long integer, has the 8 byte of size. Again float having 4 bytes, double has the 8 byte, long double has 12 byte. Okay, you can note down this table to understand the built-in data types in a C++. Next is a user defined data types. The data types that are defined by the user are called as the user defined data type. User has the facility in the programming language to create data types according to his own needs. The data types defined by the user known as the user defined data types. There are 4 user defined data types, that is class, structure, union and enumeration. First we will see the class. Now class, we already discussed about the class and object. Here class is also a user defined data type. Here the building block of C++ that leads to object oriented programming is a class. It is a user defined data type which holds its own data members and member function, which can be accessed and used by creating an instance of that class. A class is like a blueprint for an object. As we know that in the C++ we are going to use the classes and object. What is class? In a class we can define or we can declare a variables and these variables are called as a data members. Also we can define or define as well as declare functions in the class, that is known as the member function. So class is a user defined data type. Why it is called as a user defined data type? Because that data members and member functions are defined by the users. Means suppose I want to create class as a student, so in that we can declare variables like roll number, age, name of student. Okay, and member functions like total marks, percentage. Okay, so suppose if you want to declare class for the employee, what will be the data members? That is employee ID, salary, name of employee, and what are the functions? Suppose calculate functions will be calculate salary, leaves. Okay, means this is a user defined. User can define the different data members and member functions in the class. So class is a user defined data type. Here see the example or syntax. Class is a keyword. User defined name means class name. It may be a student or employee, book or anything. Now access specifier. We will see it into the next session. That access specifier may be a private, public or protected. Next is a data member. That will be a variable which will be used. Member function means methods which are declared into the class. So this is the declaration of class, and class is a user defined data type. Next, structure. A structure is also user defined data type in C++. A structure creates a data type that can be used to group items of possibly different type into a single type. So again, structure is also we have seen into the C language. What is structure? Structure is a different data type that contains what? Different variable having different data type. Means see here. First, to declare structure we have to use the struct keyword. After that, this is the address is the structure name. In that we are going to declare variables like name having data type character but pin number having data type integer. Means we can declare different variables having different data type into the structure. So structure is also user defined. Why it is called as user defined? Because this is the group of items having different types. Suppose we want to declare structure for the book. So what will be the data members? Suppose structure book. Then the data members will be title of book, character title, character author name, float price, integer pages. Means we can or user can declare any variables as per his convenience. So it is also a user defined data type. Now next is a union. Like structure, union is also user defined data type. A union is a special data type available in C and C++ that allows storing different data types in the same memory location. We can define a union with many numbers, but only one member can contain a value at any given time. Unions provide an efficient way of using the same memory location for multiple purposes. Here, what is the main difference between union and structure? In the union data type, user defined data type, we can define many members, but it only one member can contain a value at any given time. Means same memory location are used by the different data types. But in structure, suppose we have declared structure like structure book, and into that we have defined the data members, that is variables like title, author name, price, okay, and pages. Suppose let me see one example. Here, struct book. Now, character title, integer, pages, and float, price. After that, what will compile do? It will allocate 10 bytes for the character, 2 bytes for pages and 4 bytes for price. Means it will allocate 10 plus 2, 12 plus 4, 16 bytes to define a structure. Okay, but in a union for the all data members, it will allocate a maximum location. Means in our example, see there, name requires 10 bytes to store the name of the or title of the book. So only 10 bytes will be allocated for the union, and after giving the value to the title, it will free the memory and store the value of the pages. After that, it will store the value of the price. So it uses same memory location. Next is a enum, that is enumeration, is a user defined data type in C++. It is mainly used to assign name to integral constant. The name make a program easy to read and maintain. Here enum is a state. There will be two type of state, working or failed. Working equal to 1 and fail equal to 0. This is the enumeration of data type. It is also user defined data type. In the next lecture, we will see the derived data types. So see, in today's lecture we have seen the constant. There are different types of constant like numerical constant and non-numerical constant. It contains the integer constant, float constant, character constant, string constant, and boolean type of constant. Next, we have seen the basic data types. It mainly divided into 3 types, that is built-in types, user defined data types, and derived data types. Okay. In the next lecture, we will see the derived types of data type.